What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Dirtnation Offroad. So today we actually have an install video, and this is a very particular special video, and mostly for Jeep Wranglers. Like, you guys notice that the Jeep Wranglers are all square. I'm sure you guys have broken your windshield at some point. So today we partnered up with Targe. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. T-A-R-G-E. We'll link below in the description. But basically it's like a cell phone cover. So it's a phone protector. You put it on top of your glass and it's preventing it from actually shattering. With that being said, we're gonna actually test that theory. They sent us a couple kits, so they sent us some glass. Half of it's protected, half of it is not. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Feeney here, take the pick, take the hammer, smash it into the side that's protected so we can see how it would do. Like, say, it's kind of demonstrating what a rock or something hitting your windshield would do. And then after that, we'll actually send it full send with the hammer into that same spot, because the second thing it's supposed to do is it's supposed to keep the windshield together if something actually does break it. So it protects your family from getting any cuts, anything like that. And then obviously for thieves, so they can't break through the window, open your door, and then get in. So, but that's not really the thing. And most people don't break the front window to break into your truck. They break the side window or something like that. First test would be the pick, you know, signifying a rock or something hitting your windshield, making sure it doesn't shatter it. And then the second test would be the full send. If it does roll, if it does break for some reason, keeps your windshield together and it protects you from any glass. So Feeney's gonna do the honors. Let's go step one, Feeney. This side's the protected side, this side's the non-protected side. Feeney's gonna go first. Protected side. 1, 2. Woo! So that he actually slid, but if it would have been a solid hit, it would have not broke the window. So it's still, glass is still together, nothing shattered. So hit it again, same side. All right, test number 2. So you saw a little pick, but glass is still together, nothing broke. So it's doing its job. Feeney, one more time. Obviously safety first. There you go. So third time, you see that? Nothing happened. The windshield guard is doing its thing. So now, Feeney's gonna do the honors and yeet it completely with the hammer of Thor. Let's get it. All right, so as you guys saw, he went full send on the glass. Now it actually did break, but as it should, because it was a hammer. You see that? It's all together. Very little to no glass was left over. Windshield guard actually works. So I'm excited to put this on my window, mostly for the rock chips, because we're gonna be taking long road trips. Demonstrates that it actually does work. So if it didn't have any protector, this glass would completely shatter and be all over the place. So it's pretty impressive that it does protect it against rock chips, and then it does also protect it from going all over the place. So with that being said, we're gonna show you how we install it, and then we'll close this out. All right, team, so step 1 of the process to installing this actual kit is to make sure your window has no grime, no marks, no fingerprints, no any of that. Because if you do install the shield on top of it, you're gonna have that forever there, because then you're not gonna be able to clean it, obviously, because it's underneath. So I'm gonna spray this side, and all we're using is water, and we actually use Johnson baby shampoo because it's this and it's the easiest to remove from windows or anywhere else. So we're gonna wipe it all down. Got my needle helping me out. So use a couple microfibers. Oh, sick. That works. Make sure all the grime is off of it. Take a wet towel through it, and then clean towel afterwards. Yeah, and then just check for streaks. Make sure you don't have any streaks, because remember, once the film is on, you're not gonna be able to fix that. So looks like all the streaks are gone. Everything looks clean. And also, when you're installing this, make sure you're trying to install it where you're inside, because dust is gonna hit it right away if you're outside, and that'll also get trapped underneath the film. So once the window is clean, we're gonna grab the film, we're gonna spray it, so that way you can shift the film if you need to move it. And then once you have a section, we're gonna use a squeegee, lock it in, and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned, we're gonna get the film ready. All right, team, so we're taking the actual next step. Marcus here at Offroad Addicts actually had it as a clay bar. So that's actually probably a really good idea, because then you can take any of the small particles that tree sap and those kind of things leave on your windows. So you just spray it, make sure it's nice and wet, and then you actually use the clay to go through it. Once you do all that, you just make sure the clay stays wet. Magneto's gonna do that side, and then you just wipe it all down. So we're gonna show you the film. So the film's actually clear, it's layered. So we'll end up peeling one of the sides before we stick it, but the first thing you wanna do is set it down and then stretch it out to make sure that It looks like it's fitting okay on both sides. So it looks okay. How's your side look? It's a little short, right?
A little short.
Yeah, so it's short because once we set it, we're gonna squeegee it on the way out and it'll stretch it up to its form. So make sure that when you install it, a good point to check it to make sure you're doing it correctly. There's a paper right there that has dates and numbers on it. Make sure it's facing towards the driver and the accurate way so that way that they can read it correctly. What we're gonna do is peel it off right now after we wipe down the window again because this was kind of dusty, and then we'll peel it off and start the install. So yeah, let's just give the window a quick wipe down. Yeah. All right, so the cleaning part of the side of it is all complete. What we're gonna do is we're gonna separate it. You gotta make sure that you spray the windshield really wet so that way you can shift it, stretch it, set it, and then you finally use the actual kit comes with the squeegee. Fini will show it to you. And that actual squeegee, you'll squeegee it out. I'm gonna go first, and then Magneto will go second. Once you lock the middle, then you start layering it. But first, once we set it, we're gonna use our hand and kind of take the big bubbles out, and then we'll start squeegeeing it in. So, all right, let's do it.
I like how you spray.
All right, get your film out. So we're gonna peel the film off completely. Drop that there. I'll go ahead and set it.
Almost like that one on the.
And we wet it so that way we can shift it. So Magneto, set your side first, and then I'll set mine. I'm gonna shift it a little bit. You got your side set?
Mm-hmm.
Grow it out for the next 5 years.
I'm gonna go ahead and start pressing it, getting the big bubbles out. Ooh, shifting. Hold yours in place, and then hold it from the top, and then start pressing all the big bubbles down. Yeah, spray the outside a little bit. Yeah, you want to keep everything wet with the soap because it allows you to kind of shift everything around. So we take all the big bubbles out. All right, go ahead and spray it again, and we're gonna lock it in. How your edges look? Not that one, the other one. It's only that one, yeah. Give that to him. We're only using that one because it flexes. That one doesn't flex. You good on that side? Yeah. I'm good on this side, so I'll hold it. Go ahead and lock it from the middle, all the way across. Nice. Now hand it to me. I'm gonna lock this side. So you want to start the center, lock it all the way down, and then once you have it locked, what you're gonna do is you're gonna layer it. So stack it on top, overlay it a little bit, go all the way across, and then make sure you have a couple people helping you out, so that way you can do it correctly on both sides. And then now that it's locked, we can kind of leave it alone, and we just start pressing all the bubbles out. So we'll start going up. Yeah, lock it right there, and then we'll do the middle. And if you see it's starting to set crystal clear, it doesn't even look like we put anything on the window. So go ahead and stretch it that way to finish your sides. Just make sure you're overlaying it so you lock it in. But yeah, all you want to do is keep working it, working all the bubbles out, overlaying the install so that way it's all set up. And then yeah, it'll lock in. It'll look nice and clear like a window. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray it down one more time, and then just work the final bubbles all out of it. So on both sides, it looks nice and stretched. Magneto's gonna spray his side. I'm gonna lock mine one more time in. Just go over it one more time just to be safe. All right, Magneto, finish that side. So go towards you first, and then lock all the corners in. But yeah, that's pretty much all you gotta do. Once you remove the piece, you start setting it, and obviously keep it wet so that way you can glide right through it as you're setting it. And then you lock in all the edges, all the corners nice and neat, and then you'll see them. You won't even be able to see the film. It'll look just like glass, so it'll look awesome. It'll protect your windshield, just like we showed you in the demonstration. If you roll, you know, obviously when you crawl, it's important that if something like that does happen, that the glass doesn't hit your face, cut your eyes. Like for 120, 30 bucks, you know, that's the cost of the film. It might protect your eyes from a big cut or something like that, and that could get expensive. Not only that, but to keep you safe. It's safety. It's another layer of protection, and then obviously protecting your window from a rock chip that can spread and pretty much ruin your day. So with that being said, this part is done. We're gonna clean it all up, finish the last layering of the corners, and then we'll show you the final product. All right, team. So we just finished installing the final product. We're still trying to wipe out like the last little portions of streaks that we left there, but that's normal for any window if your rag's not completely clean. You just spray it, clean it up. But everything set pretty much perfect. There's a couple bubbles that we're gonna push in just on the outside once we start checking everything. But it's set to protect your window, and it looks like it's all complete. So I just want to show you what we use. So we use the empty bottle. It doesn't have to be a chemical guys one. You can just go use whatever. I added water first, clean the window a couple times with just water. Then we actually use Johnson's Baby shampoo. And it actually works really well. So it's the easiest one. It doesn't dry up all nasty, doesn't leave streaks or anything like that. So we'll just put a little bit in there, and now you have a baby shampoo that you can use to wash your butt. You know what I mean? And then the actual kit comes with 2 squeegees that you'll need to install it. And then obviously you can keep this to clean your windows later or whatever. But this is also super handy for stickers, installs, or anything like that. You set it, install it. But Targe does send all the kit with it. I believe it's like 120 to 130 bucks depending on the car. And then yeah, you just install it on your window, protects it from any cracks, anything like that on the freeway. And then obviously if you roll or do something crazier, it keeps the window all intact. So with that being said, we appreciate you guys. Appreciate Targe for sending us this kit to try it out, because we're gonna definitely put some miles on the Gladiator. And like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, check out our Patreon. We got swag, so make sure you check us out. And then obviously shout out to Offroad Addicts. They haven't got their sign yet, but we're gonna say that's Offroad Addict for letting us use the shop and their lighting. Marcos, thank you, and we'll see you next time.